I'm here. I'm a little late. Sorry, guys. Had a few technical difficulties with my camera. That's what happens when you go live. Hey, thanks for joining me live. I can see your comments if you are joining me on YouTube. I want to welcome you to my Creative Living with Bren Haas, that's me, show. And you know what? I'm looking at this right now, and I just got my hair done today. Got a great friend who does an awesome cut with my curls, and I don't think I like this background. Let me know what you think. Comment on the video here if you're watching me on YouTube. If not, you can comment on my website. Leave a comment because you can watch this live stream on my page at brenhaas.com/show/. All right, so you know what? I'm thinking we're going to get rid of this. Okay, so it's a green screen, but I don't know. I kind of look good with green behind me a little, I think. Maybe. Thanks for joining me live, guys. I can actually see you on here. Super excited to be streaming live today. I would much rather be out in the dome, which is right here. I love my dome. It's so cool. I wish everybody had a dome. I really do. It's super fun. And it also allows me to break a lot of rules. I used to always say that when I would blog and I grew stuff indoors and then I get a greenhouse and I'm like, yes, this is totally going out of my zone. And that's fun. That's what I love about gardening. And that's what gardening should be, fun and do your own thing. Hey, thanks for joining me live here. Hopefully I can see. Oh, I'm getting a weird, I'm getting a weird thing here. If you guys can see me, let me know if you can hear me okay. Yes, indoor gardening is cool. I'm getting a real weird message here on YouTube. YouTube's been a little funny lately, so that's why I'm excited to have you guys over on my website at brenhaas.com. Really cool stuff going on over there. Do you like my little artsy flair there to the dome? Isn't it cool? I actually have a t-shirt being made with that. I like it so much. It's just so much fun. And awesome. All right, so let's see. We got a couple of people joining us live. Thank you. Hey, Mike. Awesome to have you on. I'm so excited to have you there. Good. I'm glad. I'm getting bad video setting or something. That could be my software I'm using. Who knows? All right. Well, today, anyhow, keep the comments coming. I love hearing from you here. And today I am talking about gardening with children, because it's so important to get our kids and our nieces and just all the kids out there playing in the soil or in the water, however you choose to end up growing something. It's so important because the kids are our future, right? And you know, I'm a mom. I don't know if you guys know that. My kids are both college age, and they both actually really love being outside and creating things and growing and being out in nature and things like that when they can. They're in school and stuff like that. So I also am a aunt, and a great aunt. I'm an aunt to a lot of kids. I've been with kids like my whole life. Even when I was a kid, I used to help out with kids, like in the nursery at church and things like that. And I just always love kids. And it's really cool to work with them and share what we know to them. So that's why it's important too, though, to get out in the garden with them. And thanks again for joining me live here. Hey, I say Jimmy's on. Hey, Jimmy Pickle's on. He's awesome. I got some peppers to start. Hot peppers, which I do not recommend growing hot pepper seeds with little children, right? Unless you got some tricks, let me know. Okay, so what I wanted to do really quick here is, hopefully this works. It'll work. It'll work. So we're going to click over here. I need some stall music. Not stall. Here we go. All right. Hopefully that worked there. And you can see, oh yeah, I can see it here. There's me. Look, I put myself in my little picture place. This is from my website here. If you click over to brenhaas.com /gardening _ oh wait, what is that? Well, I'll share the link here. It's Gardening with Children. If you go on my blog right now, you'll see it. This Monday, I am the head of a really fun Twitter chat. It's called Garden Chat, and it's easy to jump on. You just put the hashtag Garden Chat, and oh, that looks weird. I have two heads. Look. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Get distracted. I'm very random. Maybe that's why I like working with kids. I'm like a kid myself, right? All right, so there it is. Our topic this week, we kicked it off on Garden Chat, Twitter, is gardening with children. So it was super fun last night. If you click over to my website, you'll be able to see the chats. And what I wanted to do today is just share a little bit of the questions that were presented and invite you guys to share, join in. I want to hear about your experience with gardening with children. So the questions, we have 10 questions every week. It starts at 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. If you're on Twitter, if not, you can just jump on my website, check out the topics, and what you see here on the screen. Wait, it's here. There it is the questions from last night. So we had 10 great questions, and if you scroll down, isn't that cute? That is my little niece, my little helper when she was little, and this is just on my front porch. I always like, in fact, I still, even though we don't have any little kids here, and my niece is getting bigger now, I always had fun bee-friendly, pollinator-friendly plants right up on the porch there. That is actually growing in the soil. And so when we sit there and have our coffee, we can watch the little bees and the little butterflies come up, which is so cool for the kids. I mean, it's like having a zoo in your own yard if you plant the right things. And the yellow flower there is actually a rutabaga, which is like what are those? Like Black Eyed Susan plant. It's a perennial, and it comes up every year. So that's super fun. And all right, let me scroll down a little. I want to show you what's cool about this. So if you go on my website here, here was the first question. Do you or have you ever experienced gardening with children? Thanks for joining me, guys. I see you guys popping in here live. This is awesome. I'll try to get to any questions closer to the end. You're setting up a bee box up to, yes, actually not a bee box, but a beehive. I've been studying. I've got a couple books, and you know what? I need to share those on my website because I really love it. There's a book that I picked up at a, it's like rural farm or something, or big R. I don't know. It's a new farm store. Well, it's like a year old now in Findlay, Ohio, which is a great town. Flag City. And anyhow, I love this book. And you know what? I need to do a review on that, and you'll find it here on my website. And yes, I hope to have the hives going, or a hive going this year, which will be fun. And a cool thing with kids, but I'm not going to recommend that because I'm new to the bee thing, and I don't want y'all getting your kids around it and getting them stung, because there is one thing I need to purchase. There's a little shot thing, I don't know what it's called, that you want to have on hand. So if somebody is at your house, or someone in your family ends up being allergic to bee stings, you have this needle to help them. Like, I forget what it's called, but some people are allergic to them. You need to be careful. There's all kinds of stuff, but it's fun stuff. So this picture here is of my niece. And if you notice, I have a cute little tomato plant growing there. Super fun. Hey, thanks for joining me live, guys. And it was so cool. This was actually right outside my sunroom door. And I think that variety there is actually just like the Tiny Tom. It's a container container tomato plant, which is awesome. And we loved having that right by the door. She did, because she'd want to go check on her tomatoes. And she's 2 years old at that time. And she would I'd have to watch her quick because she would eat all the tomatoes. She just loves tomatoes, which is a great thing to have kids enjoying tomato plants, right? Do you grow orchids? I have grown orchids in the past. However, right now I don't have any, but I was looking at them today when I was at Kroger's. Kroger's has orchids. Go figure. Okay. Anyways, I'll have to take your questions at the end, guys. Thanks for joining me. Oh, we got quite a few people popping in here. That's awesome. All right. So here we go. The next step Well, what I was hoping to encourage you to do by showing you what the website looked like and with the questions is if you go on the website and you see these questions here, you can click on each one of these and it will take you to Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, you can't answer the question. But if you are on Twitter, it's awesome. You can join in the conversation by replying to each one. I'm not going to show you how to do that. I have a video that shows you how to do that. And you click here and it will take you, I could do it real quick. Boop. It takes you over to Twitter. Here's my Twitter at Bren Haas. You can find me there easily. Please follow me. And it will show you what everybody shared. We had some great people on Garden Chat last night. Joe, he's Joe Tree 415. He's awesome. All kinds of cool people sharing their experience in their reply to this question. So Garden Chat is a really cool way to connect with a lot of people and to learn how to garden from them. This is really cool right here. I just want to share this last one with you, this picture real quick. Before I click over, I want to share with you next some plant-friendly or some plants that I highly recommend growing with kids. Okay, so first off though, I want to show you this picture here. It's actually my daughter who's 23. She'll be 23 this year, and what she's doing here is growing her garden. I had a couple people ask me on social media, why is she growing it in a straight line there? Because she was copying me. when we first moved to the country, which was about a year, 2 years before that photo was taken. I think she was in 4th grade. She's participating in 4-H, which I highly recommend. If you guys need help finding a 4-H club, just tweet me, Facebook me, message me on here. I'll do my best to help you find a group in your area. I highly recommend 4-H. It's amazing. The kids learn so much there, and it's just a great experience. So what project she was doing there is the flower project. I don't even know what it's called now. They've probably changed the booklets. But when you're in 4-H, you do projects. And it's really fun. So she had her manual for 4-H, and I gave her her own little tool bag, which I forgot to bring a little tool bag with me to show you guys. And her own little tools. You know, you want to make sure the hand tools are appropriate for the kids. The little 1-year-old or 2-year-old had little plastic spoon that was for kids. You don't want to just let them use your tools. That could be bad. And anyhow, with a little bit of guidance, I kind of peeked at her a little bit, kind of let her do her own thing, and she grew a beautiful cut flower garden pretty much on her own that summer through 4-H, a cool book that we had there. But I talk about it a lot on my website. If you can't find a 4-H club, no big deal. You can access a lot of this different ideas for gardening with kids online, including my website, which I have posts like, here we go. I'm going to switch over. Here we go. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so what's going on here is we basically took our swing set. It's a fort. It's a hand-me-down. It was my niece's, and we brought it to our home with us. And what we did every year is we planted up a cute little window box, me and the kids. And so what you want to be careful when you do this is to pick plants that are kid friendly, right? You don't want to there are some plants that are poisonous, believe it or not. And there are some that, you just really don't want to have around kids because either they won't grow really well or whatnot. Okay, let's see here. I'm just going to check questions real quick. Hey, thanks for joining me, guys. I see you on there. Cool. All right, so I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here so you can see my list. Hopefully you can see that okay. Some of the plants that I recommend are petunias. You can buy petunias and geraniums, marigolds, primrose, which is really popular right now because they're great spring plants. Radishes, you can even plant radishes, and the radishes you could plant from seed. The other ones I would recommend, if you're doing it in a window box, just to go ahead to your local garden center and take the kids with you. It's awesome. You got to watch them a little bit, but for the most part, if your kids are well behaved, they're going to love the garden center, and let them explore and look around and share ideas with you, because you might discover new plants you never thought of that your child would find and say, hey, Mom, check this out. You know, I found a lot of cool stuff that way. You could do lettuces, different. Oh my gosh, there's so many different lettuces and greens. And these are cool too. The radishes, lettuces, and then of course strawberries, pansies, awesome, snapdragons. But lettuce and radishes were awesome because the kids will end up picking it and eating it, especially if you grow it organic and you know it's all clean. Be careful if you grow and you fertilize with a manure tea or something like that, or organic. You might want to rinse even that leaf off. But I'll tell you what, the kids will end up eating the lettuce, and that's always fun, especially up in the little tree house. Let me show you again, because we always had a cute little picnic table up there. I don't know if you can see it. Actually, that's in the barn. I leave that in there for the winter. But come spring, if we got little ones over, we always set that up. And so the window box is a fun project you can do with your kids. If you want to check out that post with a full list of different plants you can purchase or look for, it's plant kid friendly. On my website, Bren Haas, you'll find it there. All right, this is so awesome. Okay. So this is my first time doing this live. I hope to come on every Tuesday at 2 here on my website. Let's see. I'm just checking to see if we have any new questions. Thanks, Mike. Mike's sharing that. Mike, you are awesome. I was joking. Mike's like my little bro. He's my little brother. Let's see. He's not really my brother, but let's see. Gardening with kids. Okay, so there it is. And I'm looking right now if anybody has any questions or anything. That's awesome. I'm going to click on the website here really quick just to see if I have any comments. Because you guys can also leave comments on my website at brenhaas.com/show/ there it is. I'm there. Oh, there it is. I'll have to click that back. All right. I think I'm going to sign out if I don't have any questions here. This is awesome. Hey, also, guys, I want to invite you. I talked about the garden chat on Twitter. We have garden chat on Facebook as well, which is an awesome group. It makes Facebook book fun for me. I'm not really a big Facebook person just because I'm random. And I'm quick and I like to just do it, right? So that's why I like Twitter. I tweet, share photos, share an idea, blah, 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 that quick. Facebook, you got to think a little bit, and that one kind of throws me a bit. So, but we have a great garden chat group on Facebook. If you're interested, connect with me. You can contact me on my website. There's a contact button at the top, or look me up on Facebook. Same name, Bren Haas, just like right up there. Boop, it's up there. Bren Haas. And I'd love to introduce you to amazing folks. We've got like 22, I think there's 21 or 22,000 people in there. Unfortunately, not everyone's really super active, but we've got a lot of activity going on, especially now that spring is here in most of the country, even though a lot of us have got snow, or like here in Ohio today, it's very rainy, unfortunately, because I wanted to be outside. I've got a deer issue in my new trees. All right, so if you have any questions, go ahead and comment here. Thanks for joining me. I see a couple of folks on here. Sweet. Great. Good to have you here. Yeah. Sorry about the ums too. Okay. All right. You know what? I have been on 18 minutes, 19 minutes. Not too bad. I may have to just sign off here unless you guys have more questions. Let's scroll down a little bit. Window boxes. Just share some photos. Oh, there's my daughter. Oh, that's something I can tell you about too, actually. So if you look in the little garden here, and I'll probably close out on this note, we are planted under a tree, which happened to be a pecan, whatever you say, tree. So the soil was okay. So what we would do is, every time we were at her aunt's house, we'd bring home manure from their pile from farming. Neighbors had horse manure, which we have now here where we live. But we take that manure that's been composted and broken down, and we bring it home with us. And I let the kids help a bit with that. They were little then. I think my daughter's like in kindergarten in that photo there. She has a little what they do, like a little tattoos or face painting there at school that day. But what I want to point out is I remember this picture because I asked her, what's your favorite plant in this garden? Because she picked these out. And she picked out the lamb's ear. If you can see the lamb's ear, the bigger plant there, which is a great plant for kids. It's just so much fun for the kids. If you've ever touched lamb's ear before, it's just so fuzzy and soft, and it was like her favorite. She liked to touch, and we planted it in with petunias, which I think I may have picked up those petunias. This was a long time ago. This is like, holy cow, that's probably 16 years ago. And we made a nice little border there with recycled bricks. And I did that, not the kids. It's too much work. But it just was really cool because it was a fun thing to go out to. And they just imagine. And now with all the really cool stuff, you have miniature gardens you could do with kids. So you could plant up something like that around your favorite tree, or make a little section right off your steps, off your patio or your deck at home, and let the kids plant something in there. And maybe you have a little boy and he's not really into, digging in putting the plants there. I bet he would love it if you made a little track for his little Hot Wheels, or my son was into the little, he collected the little tractors, the John Deere's and so on. So that was always fun. You'd find him in there playing with that and taking sticks and making little forts and stuff around the plants. That all counts. And it all just gets the kids out into the fresh air and exploring. And that's what it's all about. All right, guys. So let me look here. I don't see any questions. People are talking about orchids. I'm gonna have to do a show on orchids coming up. I was looking at them today when I was at the store, and contemplating bringing one home. However, it's gonna go in the dome. All right. Okay, see here. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sign out for today. Thanks for joining me live. And once again, you can connect with me on my website at brenhaas.com. Thank you so much, guys. This has been fun. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear your comments and suggestions. Every Tuesday, 2:00 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, have a good one. Get out in the garden.